Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Sorry about the delay. We were all just kind of really just trying to get our shit together, to be honest. Um, and you'll have to excuse the mask. Somebody in my household came back positive for COVID, and I came back negative, so I'm not even trying to go there. But are you feeling better, Shishi?
I'm there. All the kids in my class tested positive for COVID. So,
Did you get your test done?
yeah, I came back negative, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But then I go back tomorrow, and then one of the other rooms got shut down because somebody tested positive for COVID. So, yeah, it's like a never-ending cycle, it seems.
Yeah, people are not being cautious. They ended up shutting the kids' school down completely too for the week.
I
So
feel like they should shut our center down for a week to have it cleansed to make sure everybody comes back negative and, things like
yeah,
that.
they wanted to do a deep cleaning, but also to give everybody at least a 5-day quarantine away from each other.
Well, I
So
think the tough part for me is that some of the kids can come back after quarantining for 10 days, but not get tested. And I'm like, but they could be asymptomatic.
right, yeah,
And then they're still bringing back COVID.
I already texted the principal, and I was like, they're not coming back until they have a negative result.
Right.
And so there was another test done yesterday. I don't think the results. Well, let me check. I got a text. Let's see who it's from. Oh, no, it's just spam. So I'm still waiting on the results from the second test. So, and y'all be especially careful because the person in my house that does have COVID is vaccinated and boosted. Omicron don't give a shit. It really doesn't.
From what I hear, it's less
It's
it's
not
less
as
difficult.
intense,
Right. It's less intense than
but it's
all the
more
other variants. But
more
once
contagious.
again, the truth is it varies upon each person. Someone else may be having an easy time with it, while somebody else might be having a
Right.
more difficult time with it. So,
The one person in our house that tested positive has asthma.
Oh, so that's difficult.
Yeah. So,
Definitely difficult.
but we're still hoping and praying. Hopefully, also, Tonya will be here soon. But today, you guys voted and you wanted to know various ways to spiritually cleanse.
Which I feel like we kind of talked about that.
Yeah, I was thinking we've talked about this several times, but it could be new people coming in. Just
Right.
probably need to reiterate some things.
Which we can't,
There,
but I mean, I guess I'm confused because I felt like the last show we talked about spiritual baths, we talked about spiritually cleansing your house. So I'm just like,
maybe it's about the person. Maybe how to spiritually cleanse yourself. There's a lot of different baths. There's a lot of different ways. You can use chicken feet to kind of scratch, away the bad juju.
egg,
You can use an egg. You can use a candle. You can use
okra.
okra. You can actually use a chicken, a whole live dead chicken thing. Well,
You
live
said
dead.
live dead chicken. Wait, is it
Yes.
live or is it dead?
Look, it's alive when they cleanse you with it, and then they break all the bones, and so it's a live dead chicken. It
That's
for real.
so sad.
But they break the bones because apparently all the bad juju goes into the chicken, and they want to break every piece of the bad juju. There's a whole ceremony.
I know, but that sounds so sad.
Yeah, I don't even like to eat chicken. I don't want a chicken clucking all over me. Ugh, no.
I love chicken, but still. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, hi. With our live
We're all talking. We
talk.
just jumped into like life and everything else. So apologies. Thanks for joining us for Conjure Crew. So today, like she said, you've chosen cleansings.
Yes.
Sophie's over here licking my hand, so I feel like she's cleansing me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
So, have you done an egg cleansing on yourself?
So I've only done it once, and I feel like it was difficult for me because I wanted the whole body done. You know, and it's not like I can turn around and go on my backside as well as what somebody else can. So I did do a cleansing. Nothing was, when I cracked the egg, nothing was off.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you about, did you read the egg afterwards?
Yeah, no, I read the egg. I also did, I have done a Florida water bath cleansing. I've done an okra bath cleansing. And of course, I've made my own baths as well for, like, you know, healing, but also, you know, positive attitude or positive outlook, whatever. I know a lot of the times when I do a cleansing, which is a little bit more difficult to do because now I'm not in my own place, right? When I do a cleansing, I like to say, okay, all the negative is gone, and then I like to replace it with different energy somehow that I'm walking into. I don't like to just leave it there and then be like, okay, it's all gone.
Yeah, that's what I did when I made the bars of soap. Is I don't take baths, I take showers. And so I made the bath into a bar, but I used lavender scents as well. That way you wash all the bad juju off and then you can relax.
So I would like to mention, I love lavender. I had lavender bath stuff. My whole family had an intervention because they said lavender is for old people. You use lavender to keep away moths, and if the moths don't want you, nobody else gonna want you. So why am I using lavender? And it was solidified when my aunt, who's like 70 something, came, and she's like, "Oh, who uses lavender? That's an old lady smell." Yeah. So I now have no lavender bath stuff at all. In the bathroom, because they were like, it's old people stuff. It's not old people. You smell like old people with old people clothes. I do not. That's what lavender smells like. But yeah. So I love lavender. I would love to bathe in lavender all the time.
Yes.
But it's old people stuff.
No, it's not.
I know it's not.
They're old for thinking that.
I was like, wait, what? They're like, it smells old. It doesn't smell that great. And the whole house, it's so strange how the whole house hates lavender, and I'm the only one in the house that loves it.
Maybe it's repelling them, and that's why they don't like it.
I should be like, you guys don't like it because you're bad juju. That's why I should say, you guys have bad juju. And they're like, well, move. And I'd be like, damn it.
Right. but.
And I'd be like, hold on. Hey, Joy.
Another good thing to use is lemons and limes.
Yes.
So those.
You know what? Someone else had used baking soda, but I can't remember why they used baking soda. But they said they used baking soda.
Well, in my coffee bath, I use 1 cup of black coffee already made, not the grounds, but the actual cup of coffee. Sea salt.
Sea salt, yep.
Baking soda and Epsom salt. And those are the ingredients that I actually use to make my soap. But I use coffee grounds, the coffee grounds and baking soda, the sea salt and the Epsom salt, along with the lavender to get rid of all the bad juju. But baking soda it pulls stuff out.
Okay. I was like, you use baking soda? They were like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's interesting. So, hi, Tanya. You still rolling home, huh? Rolling with your homies?
Joandria is asking, how do you do the okra cleanse? Tanya, that's like your expertise, right?
Well, and I think a lot of people use it. I don't do it as much because okra is literally to get bad juju to slide off of you. But you literally would make it like any spiritual bath. You have some people that use the pods. You let them soak in water for about an hour to 2 hours because you want the water to be really slimy. In Vodou, there's a whole ceremony that goes into making your spiritual bath. So it's like the white candle, pouring everything, praying over your work, offering it to the spirits. But what I do is I put okra pods, I cut them up, I put about half a cup of Epsom salt. I put about a fourth a cup of Florida water, and I let all that soak, and then I let it get really, really slimy, and then you take it in the bowl in the shower with you, and you wash yourself with it. And what the premise of it is that you're making yourself, um, you're creating a barrier where the juju can't stick to you because the slime is going to make it slide off. But of course, with any bath, your prayers, your intentions are really important.
Right. Jed's saying
So you have
it's
some
supposed
people, that use the okra pods. You have some that use the leaves. But I always say, whenever you're making a bath, you should always connect with your ancestors anyway to see if the bath is workable for you.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you use a knife to cut it, or should you break it?
I mean, I cut it up with a knife, but I know a lot of people feel like that's cutting away your work. You literally could break the pods up. I've seen where some elders will go ahead and just break them up. It does, to me, make it a little bit more slimier if you want to do it that way.
Mm-hmm. I buy my okra. I buy the unbreaded kind that's already sliced, and that way I've always got it. I can just pull it out of the freezer and throw it in the bowl, and with the water and stuff.
That's what
I
I
mean,
was gonna say. I buy the one that's already sliced and just let it be.
I mean, it's a preference. It really is, because I prefer to use fresh produce with my baths.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it really is a preference. I think you need to make it as easy for you as you possibly can.
Yeah, it's not always in season. So, if you've got a bag in the freezer.
It's true too. I mean, literally what I will do is I'll buy like a bag. I'll do a bag of okra, and even with my parsley and things like that, I prepare them
Mm-hmm.
in little bags so that, like you say, if I just need to have one made up, or if I'm making one for the client, all I got to do is go in the refrigerator or the freezer and take it out and start the work. And that's for people who do a lot of baths, because preparation is a big chunk of it. Buying the stuff, having all the herbs that you need.
That would be a good idea for your store too. I can teach you how to can, and you can can some of your baths and have it like vacuum sealed. And then when that way they're always good, because I fed you 5-year-old cabbage before and it was good.
True. I mean, any kind of way that you can keep your herbs fresh, I mean, as long as it works for you. Like I say, for workers that do a lot of spiritual cleansing, it's good to have things just kind of put together,
Mm-hmm.
so that you're able to grab it and, start your prayers and, do your ritual with it.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse than trying to make a bath and then 3 o'clock in the morning, or, whatever, you're trying to run to the store, to buy the ingredients or the last minute stuff.
Yeah. A lot of cleansings, you pretty much should, well, most people would have the stuff available in their house if you think about it. I mean, yeah, Jay's talking about hyssop. Hyssop is a really good herb to use. But if you don't have hyssop, you can go get some lemons and limes out of your refrigerator.
True. I mean, to be honest, I'm sorry, Shishi, go ahead.
I was gonna say hyssop for me has been one of the easiest ones to find, especially if I go to the Botanica. They have the hyssop oils and hyssop baths already prepared.
Yeah, but if you don't have it and it's 3 o'clock in the morning,
yeah,
grab an egg or a lemon or different things.
Well, if you come to my house, I grow okra, I'm growing parsley, I have rosemary, I have sage. I mean, if you are a practitioner, I think you can start your herbs from the seedling and put your intentions and everything into that growth process, so that you can just take from that, because you already are growing the herbs for that purpose.
And for people who don't have a garden, I was saying for people who don't have a garden, because I know a lot of people are concerned about that, you can do a living wall. Like that's one of the greatest things to do, is to do a living wall and to have the basic necessary herbs. That would be what we would have: lavender, we would have hyssop if you can grow it, peppermint, you know, the basic must-have herbs that are multi-purpose hanging on your wall.
Right.
Because I'm one of those people that I had stocks and stocks and stocks of herbs. Like Tanya looked in my house one day, she was like, "What the hell you got all those herbs for?" And they were like, cabinets of herbs, because just in case it's there. And then if I didn't have that herb, I had like 2 other backups for that herb. So start building. I'm one of those people, start building your own apothecary now, because I find it easy just to grab it. You're not stressed about it.
So, what are some other ways of cleansing? We talked about eggs, candles. I was telling Shishi about the live dead chicken.
Tanya, why didn't you tell me about the live dead chicken? You just let Lynna just shock me like that.
You know, where they cleanse you with the chicken, the live chicken, and then they break all the bones, so it's a dead chicken.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, it's an animal sacrifice. Of course, you can cleanse yourself. Cats can cleanse you. You know, there's a lot of ways that animals can cleanse people without having to kill them. Thank God. I mean, but you know, there are people that use their cats, their animals, to cleanse them, to take off negativity too.
Now, what does it mean when a cat sleeps on you? Is it like guarding you, or what is it doing?
So my cats, actually, one is always sleeping by my head, one is always sleeping by my feet. And it is a guardian thing. Like if they sleep by their head, they're protecting you from someone either trying to attack you in your dreams, trying to attack you, you know, spiritually as well, through mental battle. They're protecting your head. They naturally just, they may take the hit, or sometimes they're sitting there repelling it, because it might be a thing that was sent, you know what I'm saying? Not just intention. They sleep by my feet also for protection. Like it's strange. I mean, it's not, I know why they do it, but it's always the same pattern. If Sophie's not by my head, then Hannah's by my head. Sometimes they're both by my head and not one by my feet, but there's always one of them by my head every time.
Neither one of mine are by my head. Lucifer usually sleeps at my feet, but Jocelyn, you know, I sleep on my side, and she'll make biscuits like on my hip and then lay on top of my hip, on top of me.
That's a guardian. Yep. That's protection.
She gets mad if I roll over and try to knock her off. She'll get back up there and make more biscuits again and lay down.
She's like, there you go again, messing stuff up. But they are protective animals. I mean, and when they rub against you, when you walk into the house and the cat's rubbing against you, they're taking a lot of the negative energy and vibe off of you.
Yeah.
And they can transmute energy a lot easier than a lot of other animals, and most definitely a lot easier than probably we can sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and then they jack you up with it later because they're finicky animals, but you know.
Oh yeah, they'll make biscuits right into your bones.
True.
But you have a lime bath too, don't you?
A who?
A lime bath.
What is a lineback? Am I hearing right?
You know, the little green lemon.
Lime bath, lime, Lime bath.
Oh, lime. I'm like, what is a lineback? I'm thinking you talking football. I thought you were talking to Shishi.
Refrigerator Jones over there.
For real. Well, you know, lime cuts and clear.
Mm-hmm.
Most people use limes in baths more than lemons, to be, you know, to be honest. But you can do lime and parsley. You can do lime by itself with ammonia. I mean, there's a ton of ways that you can use lime. You know, if you just really are trying to cut the juices, you know, it's bitter. So a lot of people use it for a bitter bath to remove. So yeah, you could. You could use, you know, baking soda, Epsom salt, sea salt, and then just put your limes in. There's certain ways that in voodoo you're taught to, you know, prepare limes. You only take the top half of the lime for your baths, for a good bath. to strip things away, because the bottom of the lime is typically sometimes used to do damage to people. So in certain traditions, there's ways that you have to cut the fruit or vegetables to get the best aspect of it out.
Mm-hmm. What about, do you think that it would be cleansing? Because like a lot of stuff is flavored lime and cilantro. So if you have lime and cilantro food and you ingest that, is that a way of internally cleansing?
Of course. I mean, a lot of people drink holy basil tea, especially when they're being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain teas that cleanse you out. So yeah, there's people that really do internal cleansings. They do, the baths, and they also cleanse and ward their house with teas.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, once you make a batch of a tea or a bath, you can add it to the bath. You can put it in a floor wash. You can wash your walls with it. I mean, of course, you want to make sure about discoloration and the things that you're adding if you're, wiping down your walls and things like that. But if you make a bath is universal. A lot of baths that I make, I can drink them,
Okay.
before you put the Florida water and everything in there. It depends on what you're adding to it.
And you can cleanse with rum too, right? Like alcohol.
Oh, absolutely.
And I
Because
know, like
You talking about like rubbing alcohol?
no rum.
Oh, rum alcohol. I thought you said rubbing. Sorry, I'm misunderstood.
No, rum/alcohol. You're muted.
No, I know I am. I was gonna say
Okay.
I use rubbing alcohol in my baths
Oh, okay.
sometimes. And
what is
it's just
the properties of it for? Like, what does it do?
honestly, I think it's just my superstition, but it makes me feel better because I feel like rubbing alcohol for me whenever I've taken a bath in it and I've combined it with other things, it just pulls stuff out of me. Like if somebody's trying to cause me pain, then it pulls the pain out of me. It just like removes things.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also something that I grew up with my grandma saying, "Oh, you're hurting, put some alcohol in the bath." So
Well, what was the green one? Was it the spearmint alcohol that used to pour in the baths?
The green one?
I had the clear one. I have not ever used the green one, but she was like, put some alcohol in there and just go sit in the bath, you'll be fine. And so it just stuck in my head. So every time, like if I feel like something's hurting me or trying to cause me physical pain, I put rubbing alcohol with some other stuff in there, and then I sit in the bath. And I don't know, I feel like, okay, I'm better now because that's what grandma said. And I'm good.
Yeah,
my old southern grandma with the horseshoe.
I've heard of putting like a cap full of ammonia, or I don't know if this is for cleansing, but my grandma always talked about a cap full of bleach if you got chiggers.
Mm-hmm. Well, back in the day, they did use alcohol and they used ammonia and they used bleach. I mean, literally, how we survived is a miracle. Because for some of us, it wasn't a cap full; it was a damn cup or half a cup.
It depends
They
on
were
how
trying to scrub the devil off of you.
That is so true. I wonder sometimes, like, how they get away with that? They'd be like, just put some more in it. You'll be just fine. Just fine. Like, I always swear they tried to kill me with cod liver oil. Every day, I'm like, I don't want it. They're like, it's going to make you feel bad. I'm like, you're trying to murder me with cod liver oil. But I'm still here.
No, they would get us drunk from the time we were babies. You start teething, put some whiskey on it. You got a cold, here's a hot toddy. They're just trying to get us drunk and knock us out, so we'll leave them alone.
Well, I think. Did I get mixed? Because I think I just pulled up. When you go back to older traditions, they used what they had. They weren't able to, buy all these fancy herbs, and the baths weren't beautiful like they are now. You didn't have all these rose petals and things that were floating in. They literally threw everything that was in the kitchen, put it in the bath, and then it was to make you feel better and to cleanse you and stuff like that. So it was simple.
So I'm learning new things. Simone said that spirits take rubbing alcohol in place of liquor as an alcohol. I mean, they take rubbing alcohol as a liquor substitute, which is that was really, really interesting to learn.
Well, you think about it. Most of the most of the alcohol is either 70% or 90%. You know,
True.
and what is tequila? What is Everclear? It's pretty much right up there with
Everclear is the
moonshine.
devil. Yep, Everclear is pretty.
The devil,
Everclear is like banned in certain areas, isn't it?
probably. If not, it should be. Did we lose her? We got
We
something.
did lose her. We did lose her. Oh, she's
Are
with
you
audio only.
okay? But she's muted.
So what about you, Lynna? What baths have you taken? What's your go-to bath for, removing negative energy?
The coffee bath that I made into a bar. That way I can take my shower and get my cleansing with the bar.
My cleansing bath is hyssop, alcohol, and sea salt. And it's just really, I'm just like, but then if it's really bad, then I will do the okra if it's really bad. But and then Florida water in it. Just real clear, simple. I don't have too many herbs in my go-to cleansing bath or cleaning bath because, well, in Germany the drains are not the same as the States right now. So
Well,
I had to adjust. Definitely had to make some adjustments. And plus, I don't really have access to all the different herbs, even though I have herbal gardens, but like to have all the different herbs that I would want, I have to order in and then wait for them to get here.
Are you going to end up making a living wall or can
I'm
you?
actually going to plant it in my mom's garden. My mom has a huge garden. It's overgrown and it's creepy. So if we can get it like together by spring, then I'm going to try to plant some herbs on the side. I'm going to throw some lavender in there.
Clean out one of the boxes and does she have little boxes or?
No, it's full in the ground garden. Like,
okay.
Designed that way. It's 2 levels. There's one at the top and you go downstairs and there's a whole one at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you can build yourself a little box.
I may have to do that. But then I can see right now when I put lavender in there, why do you have lavender? But my grandparents have a really nice large garden. I just don't go back there and grab their stuff because, my Oma is German and she's real finicky like that. She's like, what do you need these herbs for? You're not cooking. What are you doing with these herbs? I never see you cook with these herbs. I'm like, I do cook. But so don't question. So I'll just be right. I'll let
Mama, leave me alone.
She will not. And then she'll call my stepdad. Tina's doing weird things. She's taking herbs, but she doesn't ever cook with these herbs. I'm like, oh God. So yeah, my own thing. They'll end up in Catholic mass at church. Up and down. Up and down. Oh, yeah. So she's not scared, and I don't think so. I'd rather not.
Yeah.
But no, I would like to definitely be able to grow my own herbs again. It's plenty of space to do it. It's really good soil. It's a good spot, But because of that, I've had to adjust things to kind of, just modify so then I can do what I need to do.
Yeah, I was going to ask Tonya about that too with her growing her okra and stuff. Is how you use coffee grounds like as a fertilizer? So I bet that would be good if you were growing the okra for a cleansing to go ahead and add the coffee to it. Because, you can do like hybrid. With roses, they'll do a pink rose and a red rose to make these different colored, really pretty hybrid roses. So if you added coffee to the okra, wouldn't it have part of the coffee properties as well?
Well, you'd have to add it into the soil, and you probably have to sprinkle it in as you till it around. So, but yeah, it would be able to have
that's what you do.
Properties.
That's what you do with the coffee grounds because the worms will dig and aerate, and that's why you use the coffee grounds.
Yeah, no, you can, but but we'll see what happens if she'll give me a plot of the land. We'll see to make it work.
She's gonna ask a lot of questions. I'm already telling you.
My mom is already prepared for that. I know she is. She's gonna be looking at me like, "What you doing? Why are you doing it?
Why you need that? Why you need that?"
I'm like, "Look, I'll work on it if you just let me have it." She's like, side-eyeing me. Oh, so let's see. I will try to say I'm bringing to a friend's house, but then I'm telling you, Simone, my grandparents have too many questions. They're like, "What's your friend's name? Where do they live? Why couldn't they get it themselves? They're by a grocery store, right? Yeah, it'll be too much." Like my grandmother is really, really nosy.
My
If you
mom
said
is that way. My friend, I had a friend named Ramona that texted me on Facebook one time, and my mom says, "Who's that?" I said, "Ramona," and she said, "Where did you meet her?" I'm like, "Junior high." You know?
Like, wait, were y'all friends? Were you close friends in junior high?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, I think it's funny because you know it's true. Like as I guess as you get older, you get try to get more aware of your surroundings. And it does seem stereotypical. The old lady that looks out her window and knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, my stepdad, and my oma and opa have been in this village pretty much their whole life, so they're kind of like a staple in the community. And so I can't. There's no way. Once they find out whose kid I am or what family I'm part of, they're like, "She was down there at the bar. She was behaving though," because they know so many old people, and they're like, "But that other day she was there. She was acting a hot mess, Helga." And my oma's name is Helga. They are German. Helga and Berna are their names. And yeah, so it sounds horrible, but they're like, and what I think it was, they're like, Ulrich came to us and they said you were acting crazy. I was like, I was at the pharmacy. Like, how am I in trouble? So yeah, I'm good.
But
good.
what were you buying? Were you buying prophylactics at the pharmacy?
They're like, what were you getting at the pharmacy? And that's how it started. What were you doing at the pharmacy? I had to get medicine. Were you sick? I was feeling a little sick. Do you have COVID? No, I don't have COVID. Have you been tested for COVID? I'm like, so I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. My little Oma and Opa. So yeah, I'm good.
They want to know because they love you.
They are very funny. They're funny and they're very funny and old people-ish. According to like books, they're very funny. But so I think like I have done a candle cleanse. One of my friends did walk around and she said it was to clear out my aura. I didn't really feel anything though. I didn't feel any difference. Woke up and I was like, it's okay. But it could have been who did it. You know,
right?
It could also been who did it. But on that note, when you guys get cleanses from people, be really careful who you get cleanses from, because some people,
it can be a ripoff.
It can be a ripoff. It could be a serious ripoff. But then also, depending on what type of cleanse, make sure you know why you're getting the cleanse that you're getting. And if you get a reading and people are like, we have to cleanse you because you have an evil spirit on you, just run. It's okay to run and then get a second opinion too.
You're the evil spirit on me.
Yeah.
But yeah. Another way of cleansing is using a rattle. Like a baby rattle or a maraca or something.
A bell.
You can use a bell. What I say earlier, sage, incense, Palo Santo. There's a lot of different ways.
I actually really like Palo Santo, and then I feel bad for liking it because I know it's not in plentiful supply right now. But I personally like Palo Santo a whole lot.
Girl,
you made it home in red. Okay, ma'am. Why do you have a dog? Tonya, you're about to be a whole vet. Tonya Doolittle.
This is Samantha.
I know.
Yeah. For some reason, she jumped over here in the chair, and I guess she wanted to be on. So say hi.
Hi, Samantha.
She's like, what? Okay, now you got to go. What's going on with this?
Is that your dog?
Girl, I think she thinks she is, but she lives across the street, but she don't want to live with them anymore. She wants to come live with me.
I think it's
Did I freeze or did y'all freeze?
No, we muted. Because you have an echo.
I have an echo?
Do you have a on computer?
No. I don't have anything else on. Am I still echoing?
When we talk, we can hear ourselves.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm on the phone, so let me mute myself so y'all can talk.
None of us
Are
want
we
to talk.
echoing?
No, not
Okay,
not
well,
now.
you have to talk too. So, oh yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. Well, Tanya, go ahead and talk. What's your go-to cleansing bath that's, your regular?
Mine probably, because I take a cleansing bath. Literally, I've been taking one every week. The easiest one for me is like sea salt with Florida water. Most of the time I'll do a cut and clear because I make a lot of cut and clears for my clients. So if I have some left over, I'll use that, which is normally lime and parsley with rum. But and then I literally use incense every day too, and Vesta powder every week to cleanse out my space. And of course we can smoke cleanse. So I probably smoke cleanse or, every day.
I just
I
thought
just thought
is we've
we've
talked
talked
about
about
cleanse our
cleanse
house,
our house,
cleanse our
cleanse our
body,
body,
but we
but we
also
also
cleanse our
cleanse our
beings
beings
and to keep
and to
them
keep
like
them like
protected.
Okay, you broke up. Cleanse your what?
Car.
car.
Well, you can use limes and lemons. You can put them in your car to cleanse. You can also spray rum on your bumpers. And some people actually smudge their cars. Like, they'll go outside and, put smoke or go ahead and put the smoke. With my kids, I anoint their cars with protection oil. So I use rum and then I will spray protection oil on their cars for them.
Yeah,
I
use full
full
mojo.
mojo.
You can put
You
them
can
under
put them
the
under the
car.
car.
Also,
Also,
to
Tanya,
your
you're gonna have to
you're
mute
gonna have to
you're gonna have to mute yourself. You can keep echoing.
yeah. Sorry, you're interrupting myself, and I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, I use a travel mojo bag, but also too, like when we're going on a long trip, I pray, but yeah, I do. I pray to Hecate because she's the queen of the crossroads, and she guides you through the night on your travels. So there's a lot of different ways you can protect your car and cleanse your car as well.
So I have usually smudged my car. I have to say I have not smudged Dexter since I've gotten him, so I probably should do that. But I know, let me make sure. Yaya wants to know about putting gin on your tires. I have never put gin on my tires. I've never put I've never put alcohol on my car. You just smudge it and walk around and talk to it and cleanse it with a candle but I've never used liquor, so I might have to do that.
No, I've never used it.
I can do that.
I've put bleach on my tires, but that was only to make it like a big smoky burnout. But that wasn't for protection.
So, Tanya, explain why you would put the liquor on your car. Like, go into detail, because I've never done that, so I think that's intriguing.
Okay, so we know that Ogu is over metal, and Ogu likes rum. So your car is made of metal, so you're spraying rum to ask Ogu to protect your vehicle. Now, if you're working with certain deities and they like a particular alcohol, you're literally anointing, you're using that alcohol to anoint your car. I spray my railroad spikes in my yard. I spray my house. I spray my car and my kids' cars. And it's because I'm asking my warrior spirits to watch over the house, and I'm feeding them. That's their offering. So for a lot of people, some people use rum. I know, and I don't see the questions on my phone, but I know some that use, whiskey, some that use brandy. So it depends on what type of spirit that you're working with and what they use for an offering.
Well, I'm open to giving that a go. I can put some of that on my car. I have plenty of rum to spray on my car for Ogu. But I told Lynna I usually just smudge it and walk around it with a candle and give the car a spirit. Which also explains probably when I give my car a spirit why I cry so hard when I don't get to keep it. So, you know, it's a problem. I cry so hard when something happens to my car.
Yeah. I have a mezuzah in my truck as well. You seen the thing on by my door? That little thing by my door when you come into the house? I have one of those in my truck as well. But lately, I've been spraying the hell out of some Lysol in my truck too.
Lysol is the new spiritual cleanse since I've been with kids. Me and Lysol are just... You don't... Look, Tonya, I told her all my kids have COVID. They all tested positive. So Lysol and me are close. All these little one to three.
So all of them? Like the whole group? Or, I mean, oh, geez. Oh, I'm so sorry.
So that's 9 of my kids out. But
you know,
it's strange.
You know, Lysol, is it Lysol or Pine Sol has a concentrate that is really, really strong, and the spirits do not like it. I think I'm out of it because I use a lot of it when I'm doing a deep cleanse, but it's really strong. Jazz hates when I do it, but it's a concentrate, and you can put it in a spray bottle, and I've seen people that carry it in their vehicles, in their cars too, to cleanse, because it not only, of course, with germs, but it's also used as a spiritual cleanse. And there's a lot of spiritual waters like Florida water. There's, Kango. There's a lot of different spiritual perfumes and waters that you can also use as cleansing, especially for your vehicle, and especially too with COVID, even with the daycare, with the kids, around the kids. I'd be spraying all their little asses.
So I would love to use a lot of the things that we use at home, but we're not allowed to. We can't go in to do a full deep cleanse in our class the way I feel it should be done. We're not allowed to. We can't use Pine Sol, Lysol in the classroom. Nothing like that. We literally only have like diluted stuff. So they focus on us washing hands only and wiping their noses and like distance. And I was like, but kids don't understand that. Kids don't understand that. Like, 4 of the kids that tested positive were all up in my face the day before. One of them sneezed 5 times in my hair. The other one wouldn't stop kissing on me. The other one jumped on me. So I'm like, I'm surprised I'm not positive, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm very surprised. I'm like, these kids tried to murder me. But yeah, I'm going to put a spray bottle with something in my car and just start spraying everything down. Because yeah, walking out of there, that's a whole different ball game. Especially saying,
so why?
Huh?
Why are they against you using disinfectant?
Because the children might be allergic to it or might have a reaction. And the thing is, we honestly should shut down because 50% of our center is positive. So yeah, we should shut down. But how do you determine how often to cleanse your spaces? I.e. house, cars, taking care of your grandkids, their house. So with my room, like for me, I cleanse my room spiritually once a week, because I do readings. I cleanse myself, of course, more often. So I like to cleanse myself after, readings, things like that, or if I'm doing a working. But my room space, I do it heavily, probably once a week. Now, can I go through my whole house right now and do a whole cleanse? Probably not. My whole family's going to look at me crazy. They're going to probably send me to a loony bin because I'm walking around with the feather and everything else, or doing whatever I need to do. But I would say my car, when I was doing it regularly, I was cleaning that out probably twice a month. So every other week. But I think in a way it depends on what you're doing and how you feel. Like I know Tonya definitely does house cleansings more times a week than I do, because she probably does more work and things than I do. you know, so I think it really does depend on what you're doing and your preference. That's a personal preference. Some people are like, we only do it once a month and they're doing heavy working. So I'm always shocked by that. But what do you guys think?
I think the same thing, that it depends on how much juju, good or bad, that you're exposed to. If you're doing readings all day, every day, you're picking up all those different people's energy. If you, well, even if you're not doing readings, if you work somewhere that's a hostile environment, you're still bringing home that juju with you. So you need to take your shower, and there's another way to do it too, where you don't need any ingredients. You can take your shower with your Dove shampoo and conditioner, and then lay down in the bed and do the white light and surround yourself with the white light and cleanse yourself that way, ground yourself, different things like that. But it depends on your exposure to what's going on around you. It doesn't always have to be spiritual. Like I said, if you work in a hostile environment, cleanse yourself. Leave work at work. Don't bring it home with you. You hear people say that all the time, but you do bring it home. So you do need to cleanse it. And when you bring it home, if it is just work or you've had a bad day, then yeah, maybe once a month. But if you're doing readings and workings every single day, I know for a fact Tonya does house cleansings every week, every single week, And she probably does a cleansing bath 3 to 5 times a week. So, and I know she bathes every day, but to actually like put the ingredients, look, she's like, maybe. No, she bathes every day, but to do like a okra cleanse or a lime cleanse, she probably does that 3 to 5 times a week. But a house cleansing every single week, every single week.
So Elissa, cousin, just wrote and said hi to everybody. She's in Facebook jail, but she said tea tree oil and camphor work really well to fight against COVID. And she goes, she couldn't comment because once again she's in Facebook jail. So just in case anybody wants to know, I forgot about camphor.
She can watch on YouTube.
Okay, I'll tell her.
And Yaya said,
can she comment on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So Yaya is saying eucalyptus as well. I really like eucalyptus.
I'm about eucalyptus all the time. I can't wait to go downstairs and find my bath salts, because I have a eucalyptus essential oil bath salt with mint in it, and I miss it so much. It smells so good. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't know, the longer you, like when you do bath salts, in a way, the longer you leave them, the better they are, because the smell saturates the salt. So if you're using essential oils, let it sit there for a bit. Don't worry like, oh my God, is it going to be ruined? No, the longer it sits, sometimes the better it is, depending on what the mix is.
Yeah, Simone makes a good point too, that anything you use, test it. Like on a small part of your forearm would probably be a really good place, because that's a real sensitive area. Just a small spot, and wait and make sure you're not going to break out or go into anaphylactic shock or something.
And also, Baby Libra is right, because there's a certain baths that pregnant women cannot take. So you have to be really careful about the oils and the herbs that you use. When we talk about spiritual baths, a lot of times when I go to people's homes, they literally are standing up in their shower, some in their underwear, sometimes they're naked. And I go in with a bowl of a spiritual bath that I've made, and I wash them with it. They're not sitting in it, they're not marinating in it, but you still have to be very careful about what you put on people's skin, because people sometimes definitely have allergies. And like I said, there's certain herbs that you shouldn't use on people that have certain medical conditions. Even putting too much salt in your bathtub when you have high blood pressure can be a problem if you're going to sit in that bath for a while. So you got to be really careful. You got to take in consideration your health issues. And you also need to be honest with your healer. with your person who is doing your baths. You know, a lot of times healers don't ask. You know, we should have a check off list of things that we can use, because there's a lot of different ways to cleanse people. And if you're allergic to something, we need to know that. So we don't put it in the bath. If you have an issue with parsley, rosemary, or anything like that, it could be a problem. And it leaves a lot of healers very vulnerable to lawsuits nowadays.
That's very true, because like one of my prosperity oils that I make, I use an ingredient that Mama Star's allergic to. She can't even use it. So even in like your regular oils, headache oil, prosperity oil, um, what is that? Fiery wall of protection. That irritates a lot of people's skin. So people need to, I know we don't want to give out our recipes, but before y'all buy an oil, say, hey, does this have such and such in it? Ask. If you ask me, does it have one ingredient? Well, hell, I already told you what I put in my soap to make the coffee bath. But if you ask, does it have one particular ingredient? Most people will tell you. If you're saying, hey, I have an allergy to cloves. Well, I'm sorry, but I use cloves in this particular one, but it's for your own benefit. And if they're any type of real person, then, and most real people really do care about their clients. And we don't want to give you stuff that's going to fuck you up.
I think
I think
also
though,
sorry, Tanya. They even say if you're gonna buy an oil, test it on a small space on your skin that you're not gonna have issues with. Because it's a lot of people go into stores and they're like, "Oh, that smells good. Let me put it on my skin," and then they be jacked up. So you have to be wise with yourself too. But yeah, if you're going to someone that does it from home or so, and they're not in a store, then yeah, you can ask that. A lot of people are, a lot of stores buy oils just from, certain wholesalers. And so they themselves don't always know what's in the oil. So go ahead, Tanya. I'm muting.
Oh, this is my tea tree and camphor water. So because I spray down my walls and my doors regularly, I always, like my baths, I make big batches because I'm real big on cleansing and protection. So Elisa is right. It's really good, not only for deterring spirit, there's certain dead that won't cross this water either, but also for COVID and things like that. And getting back to the, allergies and stuff. When you're taking personal baths at home and you know your body for sure, certain things that you are allergic to and what you can't put in your bath. But if you are a healer that is starting a business with your products and things like that, people definitely need to be careful. But you also too, your responsibility is to make sure that if you are making custom products for people, that they're okay, that they're going to be okay with it, because it can, one problem can turn into another problem real quick when it comes to herbs, especially if you don't understand. We can't drink everything. We can't put everything on our body because of underlying health issues. So just be careful, you guys. Just because you find a recipe online, you might want to make a smaller batch of it. And like everybody's saying, test it out first, especially if you're putting it on your kids and your animals. There's certain things I like to be able to get my animals spiritual baths too. And you got to be really careful with certain things for them so that they don't get sick or irritated. There's a lot of people that have killed their animals by putting things on them that, just it didn't work with their system. So, definitely be careful. And when all else fails, smoke cleanse, egg cleanse, do things that are, less invasive.
Hey, Alyssa, we see you. Okay, Laverne is saying that she can't test things on her skin because she's had bad experiences. And I guess you just covered that with the smoke, the candles, the eggs, things like that. So you can do those things. Hola.
And then too, we also have to remember prayer is a cleanse. So if you can't put anything on your body, if you don't want to walk around and put eggs and things and do the egg cleanse, I pray before I go to sleep. I pray when I wake up. And that's a cleanse. There's certain scriptures, certain psalms that definitely work for that. Now, if you're not into the biblical aspect of it, literally making up your petition or your intention is as powerful. You don't have to go into the Bible and follow Psalms. I know some people have problems with that, but you can speak a good word over yourself 100%. Now if you got a demon, a succubus or an incubus or something like that, prayer, you might need a little bit something more. But it's a good starting point for a lot of people. It was the original starting point for a lot of people.
Simone is saying music also, and they do have on YouTube. They have a lot of like 8-hour or 12-hour different frequency music that you can put on as you sleep.
Well, voodoo music and booty bumping music is my go-to. Like when I'm depressed, booty, 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 booty on your mind, booty, booty, that shit get me crunk. It makes me feel good. I'm dancing around the house, I'm twerking, I'm trying to drop it low, have a little problem coming back up. You ain't got mega knees or anything like that. But it's a vibration. Energy cleanses. So if it's almost like these people that break up and then they want to listen to Adele and cry in their beds, and that's an energy, that's a vibration. You are choosing to stay in a vibration that may not be healing for you, but you can choose music that uplifts you. And for some people, love songs may be their thing. You have to figure out what it is.
So for me, if I'm in a down low mood, I don't know, even though I'm not in the church, I love gospel music. There's just something about gospel music that just, for me, fixes it. It just puts me in a better mood. I feel like, it cleanses a lot of things around me, gospel music. But that's my go-to, like to really up my energy if I'm in a funky down low mood, or, I feel like I need something to break me out of a vibration, so to say. Now, if I have booty music, I do have some booty music, but I also have like women empowerment music. I'm like, yeah, dick and all this other stuff, but I don't know. Okay. But gospel music for me is the one that breaks me out of the funky vibe. And a lot of the times when I am doing spiritual baths or cleansing, I'm listening to some gospel music.
Yeah, that reminds me of that gospel song, Down by the River. But that reminded me too that, just going places, sometimes, going on a hike, seeing things in nature, going to the ocean. The ocean is very cleansing. All that salt water, and we're not going to discuss how it got salty. We've already covered that. But the ocean is huge. It's a saltwater bath. Just go out there. And sometimes I don't even have to get in the water. But just the salt spray coming in is also very cleansing.
Lynna, the salt isn't all whale sperm. It's not all whale sperm.
It is. I'm telling you. They've got the largest penis on earth and all that.
But, I mean, look at how big the ocean is. I mean, if that's the case with, like, whales, like, dwindling down in certain areas, it would be less salty.
Yeah, but the water's the same.
Exactly. So it's not all whale sperm.
It evaporates and comes back down. So it comes back down just as salty as it went up. And they still coming every day.
Science teacher. I need you to ask your kid's science teacher so we can confirm or deny this.
All they do is eat raw fish all day. It's so salty. What do you expect it to be? You can unmute
Guys,
yourself.
I mean, you know what? When you have grandkids, you're gonna be like, the reason that the ocean is so salty is because whales ejaculated in it.
Yeah, I tell my
But
kids
don't
that.
tell your mom I told you.
I tell my kids that. My
They're
kids
like,
are
they're like, Ma.
my kids will walk down the seawall, but they ain't getting in that water. That's
Oh
nasty.
God. You know what? I know some people from the islands use the ocean, and they do drink the ocean water to break blood
Oh
bonds.
no, I'm not doing that.
And it's done at certain times. So if you feel like somebody put a blood bond on you or a blood spell, they go to the ocean. They have someone do the cleanse and the ritual for them, and they said it comes out black. Like when they vomit, it vomits up black. So,
Well, you know whales are black.
you know, whales come in different colors.
They're mostly black. Free Willy is black,
Free Willy was black and white. He was an orca.
but he was mostly black with little white spots.
No, he was an orca. He's black and
I'm
white.
telling you though, it's welcome is what makes
And
the
they,
water.
I swear, every time you say that, I'm like, I'm going to research this, and I never do, but I need to leave a note for me to sit here and research this. So then
Here,
I
can Google largest penis.
call you. No, say, why is the ocean so salty? Is it because of whale sperm?
Yes.
Type it in that way. Type in the question correctly.
Are oceans
salty because of whale sperm?
Because
oh my goodness, the things. So Simone said letting the cold air hit your scalp is amazing too, but that could be an air sign thing too. Honestly, I love when cold air hits my scalp. I'm an Aquarius. I love it, but I also love the water. Like, that's my element. I love the water. Can I swim so great in the water? I can swim a little bit, but I can also drown. But oh, Laverne said Evanescence and Rick music. Oh, and rock music. Oh, nice. Yep, gospel music is my jam. Old gospel music too. And sometimes, you know, when I really, if I'm in the car and I feel like it's heavy energy from something that I may have done before, like I have had heavy tarot readings where I'm just like, the energy was too much. I will pop on some Kirk Franklin. And remember, he cusses too, and you know, just get it going. But yeah, my gospel music is a go-to for me. And I like the one where the old, like, I like to hear the ones about the old ladies. Like the old lady went to Lady's house because her son got an accent. The ones that have stories, I'm like, yeah, I get it. You know, that's my good. I like it.
Okay. So let me share this. I'm gonna share my screen here if I can find it again. Window. Right here. Oops, let me back on the page. And then I'm gonna read it to y'all. Well, I can't fucking see it. Hold on, it's too little. It says, first thing, ooh. Second thing, Googled it. This is also the point where I learned a lot about whale ejaculation. There are things I can't unsee. So how much whale sperm do you need to make the ocean salty? Unsurprisingly, you can't Google the salinity of whale sperm, but you can Google the salinity of human sperm. Since we are all mammals here, I'll just use human sperm as proxy sperm. Ejaculation is 3 times as salty as seawater, although it is made up of a somewhat different collection of ions. Therefore, according to Snooki, 1/3 of the ocean volume is whale sperm. See, I told you. It's 1/3.
It said a third, 1/3. You're like, it's salty because of the 1/3. That means the salt particles come from other places too. So you might not be getting the whale sperm spot.
I'm not even done. Hold on. Listen. Where was I?
Oh, wait, hold on. There's 2 people you have to block up here, though.
Okay. What are they saying? Aoife?
Iomidi Prince and Aoife Reader need to be blocked.
Okay.
For soliciting.
All right. No,
I mean, but like seriously, like that is really not scientific research. I need you to pull up some encyclopedias. We need to go to scientific journals.
But wait, this is the deep sea news, okay? I'm not finished yet. Sperm is also less dense than seawater due to the lipid content. Therefore, according to Bunman Avocado, it would float away into the sky, but I digress. Popular internet lore states that a blue whale produces over 400 gallons of liquid each time it ejaculates. That's enough to fill a hot tub. This is I'm telling you, it's because of whale sperm. That's why it's so even if it's only a third, that's still a third of gazillion gallons. That's a lot of whale sperm.
Do you know how much water we have up here? Do you know?
Yeah, so you think of
So in the large scheme of things, a third is not that much whale sperm.
But there's a lot of water on the earth.
I know. I hope
that is not even water.
I hope when I come see you in Texas, somehow we end up at the beach and I'm gonna toss you in the water with whale sperm. I'll run for my life, but you're definitely getting whale sperm.
No.
I'm like, oh my God, the whale sperm got you.
I live on an island and I go across the causeway. I do not swim. No, ma'am. I go to the beach in my truck. No. Let me go ahead and delete these comments up here.
So she says, though the whole sperm doesn't disintegrate, they just continue to eat and swim around in all that nut water. I may have thought too much into this. Yes, you and Lynna have thought too much into the whale sperm. The whale sperm does not just stay there. It's not like it just sits there and it like swims around for the rest of its life.
It dilutes into the water. That's why it's so salty. I'm telling you. It mixes.
Oh my God, I'm so dead over this. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, now that we've discovered this wonderful fact, again, of whale sperm, I'm sending you some ocean water. It'll be good for you.
Ocean water from Sonic.
No, definitely going to the beach and drop it off at your doorstep. I know, Stan Stewart, you're right. I won't change her mind. She knows that she is swimming in whale sperm. There is no changing her mind about the ocean. The ocean is nothing but a nut juice bath, according to Lynna.
It's nut water.
It's nut water.
You're
swimming in nut water with the sharks.
I'm not swimming in nut water. You might be swimming in nut water, but not me.
I might be walking in nut water. But I don't swim out there too far because the ocean, man, they got things in there. It's beautiful. I love the ocean.
That's just whales. There's other fish in there.
There's other fish in there.
Dolphins are mammals too. They'll be squirting.
Then you have your sharks.
Girl, I'm just saying, it's more than whales. Whales are only a third of it.
Oh my goodness. So yes, you can cleanse yourself in the ocean, but according to Lynna, you're going to be bathing in sperm. But it's cleansing also.
It's salty.
You do rituals. So what if that was a requirement for you one day? You had to do a ritual bathe in the ocean. Could you do it? That is the longest pause.
Honestly, yeah, I can go in the water as long as I don't have to put my head under because I don't want anything getting in my mouth. I'm not lying. I will go in the water, but I will not put my head under it because I don't want anything in my mouth.
Understood. So now we know, guys, that's how it is. But where did Tonya go?
I have no idea.
She was there and then she was gone.
I don't know if she had a bad connection or I don't know. She just kind of disappeared.
Simone said she'll keep swimming in it. Whale sperm has prosperity properties because people used to make perfumes out of it. Look, see? I'm with Simone. Bring me the prosperity. Whale sperm, more
still don't have to swallow it, though. Just saying.
I know, I'll just run around in it. Prosperity. Goals. It's supposed always in the ocean.
Our water down here is nasty too. It's not like the Caribbean here. It's the Gulf of Mexico is nasty.
I really want to go swimming in Greece, on Greece's beaches.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
I would love to do that.
Well, even like
That would be
Costa
nice.
Maya and Cozumel and stuff has some beautiful water down there too. It's so clear. It's beautiful.
I would love to go, see those. Guys, so do you have questions for us? I feel like we definitely got sidetracked. Sorry about that. We tend to do that.
But I do digress. Salt water is very cleansing. So in reality,
Ambergris is what I think they named it.
Ocean water is very cleansing if you want to do that.
It is. It also has good spell properties too, for keeping people in turmoil. Ambergris is what she was saying she believes the perfume is. So I have to look into it.
They made bubble gum from whale fat.
From whale what?
Fat.
Oh, well, I don't eat bubble gum, so I'm good. I've been vegan for years, so we're good. They can keep the whale fat.
Nasty. But
what is
can't
it?
You make like candles and stuff out of that too?
You can. You can make candles, and you can make candles. But there's something else, something you can. It's like a certain type of wax that you can use to put on. I think boats or something. I could be wrong. I haven't watched.
Oh, like that sex wax that you put on surfboard?
I think something similar to that, yeah. But there's something else they use it for. Poor whale, it's just so horrible.
Well, at least they're using all the parts.
When they do, yeah. When you get the good ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But But I wonder, do they ever eat whale meat? I've never heard of someone eating whale.
I haven't either. I know people eat shark, and of course, octopus and squid and.
But how they do the shark is really horrible because they only cut off the fins and they throw the shark back down there to sink in the ocean so it can't swim and it dies.
I've had shark steaks before, but they're nasty, because sharks taste dirty. They eat a lot of dirt from and their meat to me tastes gritty, tastes like dirt.
Oh, so someone said there's a tribe in Alaska that eats whale meat. I wonder what whale tastes like. But then also I feel horrible for eating whale, just like I feel horrible when I eat rabbit.
But I don't feel horrible when I eat shrimp.
Well, there's plenty of shrimp to go around. Have you seen them give birth? They like shoot out like 5,000 shrimp. They're like pow, 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 and then 8 million shrimp come out. So there's plenty of shrimp to go around.
Yeah, but one whale would probably feed a whole village. She said they eat it
raw with soy sauce.
And rabbit is good if you fry it right.
Rabbit is good. Rabbit is really good. So is deer.
Yeah, deer. Oh my God, deer sausage. Yes.
Lamb is good too. I had that today.
And goat. I
haven't had goat.
Goat curry is really good if it's cooked right. If it's not cooked right, it can be really tough. Yeah, we eat all kinds of stuff down here in Texas. Armadillo.
Have you eaten rattlesnake? Someone else that I know eats rattlesnake.
Not that I'm aware of.
How about armadillo?
Buffalo is really good. Really.
I've had bison.
It's really good.
That was good. But I have not had rattlesnake. I probably will never eat rattlesnake. I'll send you some lamb, cousin. I'll blink it over to you like think. And I have not eaten armadillo. But they said eating armadillo can be dangerous.
Oh, my grandma just made chili out of it.
Let's see. Oh. She wouldn't be able to eat rabbit. Birria tacos. Y'all are making me hungry because I ate at like 2 o'clock and it's now 10 and I'm like, I'm hungry again. So I need to calm down. And that was the only thing I eaten all day. So I gotta
You
calm
you
down.
Alyssa, you can get lamb at like any Indian place.
I've never eaten alligator either. I should try alligator.
Alligator's okay. It's a little chewy, but it's okay.
I'm good with chewy. I'm not good with. There's some textures I can't handle. Like I don't like okra. I can't stand the texture of okra, even if it's fried. But I might be wrong because I've had okra in something else in some Asian soup, and I was like, oh, it's the business. So actually, I probably do eat okra, but not often. But there's like, what is it? There's some fish that I can't. Oh, I can't eat clams, oysters, mussels in the shell. I can eat them when they're in soups, though.
Oh.
Like, but I can't eat them from the shell. They make me sick. Like I literally get sick.
That's
To my stomach. And from what I understand, it's because there's certain things that are still left in the shell that aren't left when you put them in the soup and other stuff. And so whatever's still left in the shell is what makes me sick.
Like the minerals and stuff?
Something like that. But I can eat them and anything else, but I can't eat them directly from the shell. Yeah. I get sick. Really sick. Oh, I was supposed to say it tastes more like a flavorful chicken. I like that. And gator is good if it's prepared right because it's fatty. I like fatty meat, yo. I like fatty meat. I like it. It's good.
We've gotten a long ways from protection.
Cleansing. You're right. I'm sorry, guys. We're down.
But that's okay. It's already like 3:30, so I guess. Do you want to carry on, or we can cut it short, and then I will.
Well, it's almost like an hour and a half. No one has any questions. If they have questions, we're more than happy to answer them. Do I like sea moss? I've never eaten sea moss.
Me either. I've had seaweed and seaweed salad.
No, I've had. No, sea moss, like for the health. Like I can drink it, but I've never eaten it. But I've drank it. And like shakes and smoothies and stuff. But I've never eaten it on a dish because I don't think I can handle that.
Well,
I can't handle that.
Seaweed salad is good.
It's okay. It depends on who makes it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had baby octopus, the whole thing. They did like that was good, really good.
Yeah, octopus is good. Calamari.
I did order sea moss. I was like, I've had it in shakes and things. I was like sea moss, but then I've never eaten it. Like if it's like you can make a different. It does not taste like applesauce. No, it doesn't. You have special taste buds if it tastes like applesauce. Which sea moss did you get that tastes like applesauce? If so, you need to let me know. I want some applesauce sea moss.
Maybe the texture of applesauce.
Oh.
Oh, the consistency.
Oh, yeah, that is true. But I'm like, dude, it does not. If you have sea moss that tastes like applesauce, I'm totally game. Let me know where you got it from. But
okay, well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and close it down. Give me about 10 minutes and go to the group. If you're not already a member of the group, go join the group. That way you can vote on what our topic will be next week. Let me get you the link real fast. 1 second here.
And guys, if you aren't part of the Collegium, there is a class coming up in February to find your spirit animals and spirit guides. It's going to be a meditative class as well. So we are going to talk about spirit guides, spirit animals, the meanings of them, and then we'll go into a meditation to assist you in finding yours. So
that's going to be a wonderful class, an amazing class.
So feel free to join us. I'm excited about it. It is the first meditation class that I'm offering on the Collegium. So I'm excited to help people do it. So join me.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you back here next week. Love you all bunches. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Wear your mask.
And Lysol.
Lots and lots of Lysol. Spray that shit everywhere. Do it like Frank's Red Hot. I'll put that shit on everything. But for real, stay safe and be careful. And we will see you guys next week.
Be blessed, guys. Bye.